And welcome back, dear listeners, to another episode of RiftRadio 8999, where the unknown becomes known and the unheard is finally heard. I'm your host, Fernando, and with me today, once again, is the enigmatic visitor who has been stirring up quite the conversation across the cosmos, Blinko.
Greetings, Fernando, and to all tuning in. It's a pleasure to traverse these discussions where dimensions meet.
Man, how's your weeks been?
I've been clicking away, doing a number of things. Some may say I'm working hard or either hardly working. Depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Do you talk to anyone at all? Because my impression was you're quite lonesome on your planet, so I'm starting to get worried. Have you starting to show signs of schizophrenia, my friend?
Well, I think I spend the most time talking to myself. So I think 2 weeks, it either sometimes goes by rather quickly or sometimes rather slowly, depending upon, I guess, how much I'm talking to myself.
Fair enough. So what have you been up to for that work being said? The said work. I don't know what you've been working on.
Well, I've been spending a lot of time creating things, various things of nature, some of which I look forward to sharing soon, some of which I already have. But, I think it's coming along quite nicely.
All right, I'm quite looking forward to what you're cooking on yourself as well. So I mean, you've already been cooking because we've got some interesting guests today joining us. What can you tell us more about them?
Well, we do. I think we have MX Mike, who's been a community member for quite some time. I believe he dabbles a little bit in the orange, a little zombie in nature. I believe I'd like to hear a little bit more about his companion Chungus, and then Monkeemoto is quite the artist. He's had a number of drops, part of the adidas residency, and involved in the PFP task force with the adidas project, the Ultimate Adidas project.
Quite exciting. So we got a zombie and a monkey as guests, and with their host and an alien. I mean, what more you can desire?
This show keeps getting crazier and crazier by the minute.
Exactly, man. So, which one do you want to? Let's get started because I'm quite excited with getting to talk with both of them. To be honest, so who should we? Well, I'm gonna leave it to you. Who you want to bring up first, and let's bit chat with them and see what's in their head, what's been keeping them busy as well.
Well, when I was locking in coordinates earlier, I think Mike may have to bounce a little bit early, so maybe we bring Mike up and chat with him.
Oh yeah. Oh well, let's go, man. Let's see what Mike the Zombie and Chungus father has to say and share with us. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Welcome, good sir. How are you?
I think there might be a delay in his transmission.
Indeed. It looks like he may have muted himself and maybe is coming back on.
It's self-sabotage.
He is zombie after all.
I'm a little behind the times here. I'm not sure if I'm truly alive inside or not.
You are live.
Yes.
You are alive, but I'm not sure if you're alive.
At least you're close.
That's true. I'm wearing pants. That's a great start.
Well, we can't say that for Blinko though.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, so a little, I guess, background on me. I'm just a regular old person who stumbled into this space by accident and, fell in love with a sense of community and belonging that I didn't really notice anywhere else, right? Like, meeting with a lot of people from outer space and both inner space, it's pretty neat to see everyone come together for a common purpose.
Well, it's been certainly exciting, passing back oranges and lemons and kiwis with you in the Discord, Mike. It's always been a pleasure either creating some Chungus content or adding to it. So it's certainly been a pleasure of mine to engage with you inside of the Discord and community as well.
I think that so Chungus, on him, he has come into my life probably almost 4 years ago now, but since then he's just been a bright personality around our household, and it's one of those things that I like to share with the world, because anytime he interacts with someone, he tends to brighten their world. It's pretty neat to see that other people enjoy him as well. I think his personality shines through, even though people haven't met him, he's still there.
Well, companions, they tend to do that, right? They can bring out the best of us and bring out the best of others. I think, the doggos that I've come across, that you can bump into a stranger and maybe you don't necessarily have a smile on your face, but you bump into a friendly dog and you just kind of want to pet the little guy. At least that's me.
How old is Chungus now?
He will be 4 years old.
Oh, bless him.
So he's almost been waiting as long as we have for the PFP.
And so for our listeners, Chungus is a bulldog, and is in some ways become quite significant within a number of community members that pop in from time to time. Mike certainly keeps the spirit alive with Chungus, and it's certainly been a source of entertainment for many.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember speaking to my wife about it, and she's like, why is the picture of our dog so significant to everybody? And, I had to explain to her that how it came to was there was a community member of Hyatt, and their PFP was a cat. So, we had to challenge that with a bulldog, and nothing cuter than Chungus.
Amen.
Well, it's interesting because I've found my dog, Bubs, I named him, I think sometime last year while strolling along, I think it was at the Rift Road, which was interesting because I caught him with this weird robotic arm and a coin stuck in his mouth. But yeah, since then he's been a joyful presence in the RiftRadio station. I would say he wouldn't part with the robot arm, so I'm not gonna take that from him away. But yeah, he's been a joy as well with me. So hopefully they can meet someday in real life or elsewhere.
Absolutely. I'm hoping for a USA Canada event here. That's where I'm located. So I believe there are a few other community members here as well. So I think once the PFP gets released here, we'll be working on that. I'm not quite sure what I have for speculations on it, but I know with the team that's assembled, it's going to be wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Most excellent. Well, maybe now's a good opportunity for us to chat with Monkeemoto. I know Mike. I would imagine that he has your ear as well, and you'd love to ask some questions of him. But let's discuss his experience within the Adidas residency and how it's influenced his art. Share maybe some insights into the APAC event that he participated in, and the significance of that.
Yeah, sure. How's it going? Thanks for having me on. I'm a digital artist known as Monkeemoto. Skilled in digital arts, way through game development and concept design. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm also serving as one of Adidas's first digital artists in residence. Yeah, so how Adidas has impacted my art style. Um, when I first joined the community back in 2023, um, a lot of guys in the community started kind of like promoting, checking my artworks and sharing it, hyping up quite a bit, um, which gave me the kind of the confidence boost, kind of like to keep sharing, because I've been quite a reserved person, which for majority of my life, not sharing too much of my artworks besides here and there. So yeah, so because of the alt community, kind of gave me that motivational boost to kind of keep sharing, keep creating, keep posting, which led me to doing a lot of modulated 3D Adidas shoes, which seem to become quite a big hit in the community as well. And through that, just honestly just creating cool stuff that I liked. I wasn't trying to create things to impress anyone. In full respect, it's more I thought it was cool stuff. So I put that out, made me happy. I did it for the pure fun of it, and that got a lot of what's the word? Yeah, like recognition from the community, and yeah, again, gave me that kind of boost to keep pushing. And eventually, he just reached out to me, offered me a spot in the residency to be a digital artist for the project. I know the deco's alter ego. And yeah, then they invited me through to South Korea Blockchain Week. I made two custom artworks under Adidas's name, and uh, yeah, two custom artworks. They flew me through to South Korea. Got to meet a whole bunch of amazing people who were at the Gateway event, and I was in the same vicinity as guys like Beeple, DK, Furious, like amazing artists in the Web2 space, kind of like in the exact same room as me. So that was quite an amazing experience. I got to grab some hoodies for for the community members. I think I got Mike one. There was one for Ica and Saint. I
I
think
think
this, yeah.
Yeah, I think you sent Ollie one as well. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in his ear, in helping kind of line some things up, and you two kind of go back and forth on this orange versus green kind of thing. I think so it's interesting to hear you talk about how community inspired you to create. I know that he was constantly harassing you for some orange orange apparel.
But eventually I got him one. Did get him the custom NMD motos in orange. But from what I heard, Ollie really is turning green.
Yeah, it's too bad he's not here to defend himself. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I am a bit curious, Monkeemoto. Like, what prompted you to even go to this direction in terms of, like, art is an expression, but itself is very subjective to what medium you choose and what do you want to do. Like, art is very, I would say, very subjective, more than any ever in today's date. So, what made you choose that direction and this medium, for example?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Art is very subjective. For me, just growing up, I'm heavily influenced by obviously Japanese culture, anime, streetwear, techwear, all those kind of elements are very prominent with all my artworks and what I create. It's something that inspires me. It's something I'm really passionate and like really enjoyed creating. So it was just kind of at a point where I felt the need to just start creating some cool stuff and just putting it out there with no intentions or expectations attached to anything I created. and just creating it just for the pure enjoyment of it. And that has indirectly, or directly impacted the quality of my work. And people can kind of sense the passion that I kind of put behind all these artworks. So yeah, like you'll also see inspiration of artists like Murakami, animes like Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, all very prominent in the artworks. And yeah, just kind of conceptualizing this new kind of paradigm of digital wearables in the Web3 space. Things can be as wild and as expressive as possible. And it kind of opens up this whole new world of physicals, I guess you could say. Yeah, so it's just this constant balance between both 2D and conceptuals and cool artworks, and then the 3D side, which I also enjoy, which allows me to obviously create these real life modules onto the NMDs, like I wore at the Korea Blockchain Week. And yeah, I'm still building a few more, which will be on display in Japan in end of June. There'll be some new ones I'll also post on Twitter and share and all that, but yeah.
Oh, those sounds cool. What have you developed it further since you made those physical NMDs with LEDs? Was it right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got 2 new modules going to be on display on different shoes. Also, there will be digital shoes. But yeah.
All right, looking forward. So would you say, like, is that also a form of expression of art for you, or would you see that as an experimental or more of a commercial product, would you say, in your mind? Like, where would your heart go with something like that? Or are you just dabbling your toes a bit with the physical realm and expressing your art?
So it's probably a bit of all of it. The inspiration for this, honestly, like I've always wanted to create LED infused shoes for like literally decades. And at this point, when I was creating all the artworks, I really loved the design and silhouette of the NMDs, and just felt like you could modulate these things in a way that kind of give it this like futuristic techwear aesthetic. And I kind of went like ham on trying to create these things before the show, just to see what people would think of it, and kind of again putting myself out there. And it got a lot of attention. And when I wore them around Japan, I got stopped continuously around Shibuya, Shinjuku, all those kind of regions within Japan there. And people asking like, where are these? Where can I get them? How much are they? Like it was insane, the response I got from it. So at some point, I'd obviously love this to be a commercial item that people can just obviously just buy and equip onto these shoes. The way I've modulated the whole thing is easy to equip onto almost any shoe. And it's having cool designs with LED aesthetics. So this is definitely something that I would like to expand upon as time goes. But yeah, just slowly iterating, creating. It's just an alternative art expression from my normal 2D work, because obviously I can create these things in 2D with these unique designs, all kind of stuff, and then I had the ability to kind of translate that into 3D, which then enables me to use 3D printers and so forth to kind of create these things. And I have some kind of technical ability to actually integrate the LEDs and so forth. So it's all just kind of years of tinkering, building, playing, and just messing around, having fun. And now I'm kind of using all those skill sets to kind of combine to become one Monkeemoto aesthetic thing.
That sounds quite exciting, man. So through this process of these, I'm gonna try to dive a bit more deeper in this process of these physicals and the LEDs. So it's not a new concept on its own per se, but is the iterations of it and the experience is part of my assumption. So what would be the challenges for you, you think? I mean, you've already dabbled with the prototypes, and I think even Nike has its own version, Puma has its own version. We've seen that many times in the past.
Yeah.
And you've dipped your toes now more as the creator, your version of it. What do you think is going to be like what are the current challenges, you think? The solutions, and what will be like, how do you see it's gonna like be in like a couple of years time? When are we gonna all will we be wearing like LED shoes and screens on it, or will it like fade away as a gimmick we had in the past as well? Like sure, tell us more what goes around in that head of yours when it comes to this.
So LED shoes from the past are like there's little LEDs that inside the sole of the shoe and light up when you walk and stuff. So that's definitely not what like I'm trying to create or want to do or bring back. For me, it's modulating existing shoes in a way that just adds another layer of aesthetic and cool vibe to it. Shoes having LEDs on them, and when I say LEDs, I'm talking about like full-on screens, flexible screens on the shoe. Like that is 100% going to happen. People are going to definitely vibe with that. If you look at what Artifact is doing with their dunks, that's just it's going to be shipped out, I think, in June to everyone. They've added modulated areas for people to just kind of create their own things, right? And with that, they had that ink screen they were kind of teasing a few weeks back. That kind of stuff is just like the first steps. And if you look at patents and stuff from these other shoe companies, you'll see that there are already plans to insert flexible LEDs screens into these things, where you can obviously, through an app, change the display of what these things look like, the aesthetics, the colors, and all that kind of stuff. That is flippin' cool and insane stuff that makes me drool. What I'm doing is, at the first forefront of it, is kind of like an artistic kind of like appeal to it, in the sense where I'm just reimagining existing shoes with pieces that kind of equip onto it in a quite easy manner, and even just giving the files out for free, and people can 3D print it themselves with a guide on how to kind of install it. I'm not too fussed about the money of any of this stuff. It's more on just creating cool shit for people to have fun with, express, experiment, play, learn, and kind of express themselves in different manners. So for me, I'm creating cool shit because I like it, and if it becomes something someday, that's amazing. If it doesn't, that's also cool. I'm just expressing myself and kind of enjoying this without the attachments or hindrance of worrying about money and worrying about it's going to be something. If it's going to be something, it'll be something, right? People will resonate with it, and it will kind of go on its own fleet by itself. If any example is the Artifact founders, 3 normal dudes creating cool shit they like, now partner with Nike, creating their own shoe. Like that's like the dream stuff, right? And I would like to see that happen, obviously, for me one day with Adidas, but obviously it's what happens. I'm the cool, kind of create cool stuff for everyone.
Oh yeah, man, love it. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope myself I get myself some LED shoes as well, whether it's through official way or through unofficial way. LEDs and screens, all that kind of fun stuff. I like it. The more the merrier on my body. As long as it's not in my body, I'm good with it. But we'll come back right back up. But first, we have to hit a commercial because the radio station doesn't run by itself, So hang on. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey there, thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies. Are you tired of the same old boring commute? Well, buckle up because it's time to unleash the beast with Rift Rides. From sleek sports cars to monster trucks that'll make you feel like the king of the road. We've got it all. And with our getaway guarantee, you'll always outrun the competition. So why wait? Visit Rift Rides today, where the only limit is your imagination. Rift Rides. Drive like a boss. Disclaimer. Rift Rides is not responsible for any vehicular mayhem, property damage, or encounters with law enforcement. Hey there.
Well, you heard it. That's our sponsor, and you heard also the disclaimer. They are not responsible for that stuff. So, welcome back again. And Blinko, I think I've been firing questions at Monkeemoto for the last, 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure you got your questions ready lined up for him as well.
Well, those shoes that he was referring to, I think, when I think of LED shoes, I often think more of children's shoes. When they stomp, they light up, that sort of thing. I think one of the things that I thought was so cool about those shoes is that they almost had kind of this shield around them that incorporated the stripes with this glow that was clean in a way that an older demographic would wear them, right? I think tying that in together, it just they stick out. And the other cool thing is how well they they mimic that digital representation. So I think that's one of the things that caught out to me. What was the inspiration to go down that path or that design?
So for design wise, I didn't have a lot of time to kind of prepare them for the Korea Blockchain Week. So I went for something quite simple. Like I said, is like a kind of like a shielded shell that went on the top of the base of the laces. And the reason for that was it was an easier way for the laces to kind of integrate onto the module itself to keep it in place so it doesn't move around. And then have a subsection on each side that allowed the modulated areas so you can kind of swap them out whatever you wanted. Also, again, the lasers kind of run through those little modules to hold it all in place. And obviously, it being an Adidas event and now being the Austin resident for them, it only made sense to equip the 3 stripes. And it made perfect sense. The module for the NMDs kind of went right over the 3 straps of where the straps are usually on the shoe itself. So kind of just folded over that and then obviously illuminated it to make it really kind of shine and pop out. And if you walk in the street, obviously people see a glowing essence coming from the floor while someone's walking. They look down, they're going to see 3 straps. It's going to be quite instant to recognize what brand it is, which happened. People instantly knew there was Adidas shoes, and inundated with like requests on where to get them. So it's definitely a unique way of integrating into the shoe. But yeah, it's just cool. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, they looked phenomenal. And so these other 2 that you have set to release, are they vary quite a bit, or do they capture some of the same styling, or how have you incorporated some of that design?
So the new ones, one will be a normal shoe. So I have the normal NMDs, and then I have another shoe that I won't disclose yet, and then one hard top, a basketball shoe that I actually have. And these ones are going to be a bit higher and more rugged, which kind of encapsulate like the ankle area of the shoe. Different lace pattern and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be much different to the NMDs. NMDs were more like a tech wear, kind of vibe, cyberpunkish type thing. The other one's going to be probably more like smoothed out, modern, sleek, compared to the ruggedness of the NMD versions. Just purely as a alternative version, different style and aesthetic. Kind of like test out the different variations that I can produce.
Exciting, a lot there to unpack. If anybody would like to ask questions of either Mike or Monkey, throw up your hand and we'll bring you on stage. Mike, if you want, same applies to you. I think you nailed it on that on the shoe that we saw in Korea. I think it's definitely something I would wear. I found it quite gnarly, and also given the fact that you chose the NMD, I have a pair, and they're pretty light, super comfy, and so to be able to attach that shield to it, I would imagine that it didn't affect comfort at all. It quite easy to work with.
Yeah, there was no impact at all. Obviously, adds a little bit of weight, but nothing too intense. Because the shoes already so light, like you said.
Yeah, super light.
So yeah. So it was quite a good match in all regards.
And it definitely had that cyberpunk vibe. You hit it out the park with that. And then to hear that we have some high top and some bulkier type. That's really exciting and intriguing.
Thanks, man.
Mike, I don't know if you have any questions for Monkey or anything that you got excited about when you saw those shoes.
Yeah, so I'm also a big fan of the MMDs. I, as well as the shoe itself that Monkey has designed. It's, it brings me back to exactly what you said, that vibe when we had when we were kids. The coolest kid had the light up shoes. Like now, that customization aspect, like it's kind of that untapped market for adults, right? Like, I think what really brought Monkey forward in the community was just his aesthetic, his clean. It's something I haven't seen before around. So it was fresh, and I'm very happy to have him as a part of the team.
Yeah, that is another thing. I think Monkey, part of the PFP task force. Maybe I know there's little you can share, but maybe what's your overall sentiment on how that's going, how maybe folks are working together, any sort of insights you could share on that?
Share. There's so much red tape on sharing anything, but what I will say is that what the whole council together have created so far, the direction we're going in, a lot of creative inputs and direction from everyone on the team, especially Ant. I think the olds so far that are holding me to this is looking like one of the best PFPs I've seen in the space. And not just saying that, I genuinely can't endorse things that I think don't look aesthetically pleasing. But so far from what we have, it's looking great. I'll always be open and honest. If it turns bad or something like that, I'll tell you guys. But it's looking great as it is. I'm super excited to have this thing kind of completed and get it out to everyone, because obviously the community deserves the absolute best.
Wow, a lot to unpack there. That's exciting to hear. That's definitely exciting to hear. And then also just given the fact that hearing earlier that you really kind of became inspired to build within the community because of the community, right? And your involvement within the PFP task force is essentially because people recognized your artistic work and wanted to support and wrap their arms around you, and because of that, you're in that spot to be able to add valuable feedback. And it sounds like a really kind of a true co-building experience. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. It's double. It goes both ways. It's because of the community give me the love and support and the feedback that they do. That makes me want to create more, which in turn makes me better to create for the community, and the community kind of, because in this loop, if I'm making sense. And just being part of the task force to kind of help bring this PVC to life is obviously an honor to be recognized as someone of interest to kind of help a company like Adidas to bring these PFPs to another level, right? Not everyone has such an opportunity, so obviously it's definitely an honor and a privilege to be able to be part of this.
Well, as Mike was saying, I think you take a look at some of these the shoes that we remember wearing, at least for some of those older members when they were younger, and then to be able to have something that fits their demographic now, following that styling, I think is quite exceptional, quite awesome. As far as any upcoming projects or collaborations within the ecosystem, or any art pieces or anything project related to Adidas PFPs, anything else there, Monkey?
On Adidas side, nothing that I can share at the moment. Everything's kind of under wraps and on hold until the PFPs are out for everyone. So I don't think anything will kind of come out from Adidas side until then. On personal stuff, I do have a collaboration. I don't know if I should share it now. Okay, it's a collaboration with an old hip hop duo.
Is it Milli Vanilli?
Nah. But same era. Don't know if I should say it.
Run DMC.
Yeah. So I have a collaboration with Run DMC. 2 different collaborations with them.
Oh shit! I had it right.
No way! Wow.
What are the chances? Nice one, bro.
Yeah, so that's going to be happening in early June, and then I have another collaboration which they actually asked me specifically with Daryl. They'll be coming out at the end of May. I won't tell what it is or or share what it is just yet, but yeah, you're the first guys to know about that. And then I am working on my own personal, I guess you'd call like an art-based PFP collection, which I've been kind of inundated with like requests to kind of create this. So I took a look into it and decided I'll just go ahead with it and kind of create this collection. It's very much based on the profile pictures that I've been sharing on my profile on my account, the side viewed characters. And the premise behind those is that all the apparel items on those PFPs are interchangeable, and they'll be packed every quarter with designs that I've made and also collaboration with other artists to create different apparel items. And you can change these assets out and change the look of your PFP to these new season of packs, these new apparel items, and gives you full control over how you want to be viewed as your persona. So just a cool, fun project from my side. I think that's probably it for now. Oh, wait. I'm also going to be at the NFT Arts Tokyo event at the 28th of June. And that's where I'll be displaying the new shoes. The event will be in Tokyo, Shibuya. And obviously I'll be there live, and it's a one-day event. Tons of people will be there. I'll have some limited artworks on display, the shoes, and some information about the PFP side of things. Yeah, I think that'll probably be it for now.
Wow. I had no idea. Absolutely phenomenal. So exciting. You have got all kinds of things to unpack. You are certainly cooking, as they say. Man alive.
Love it, man. So much going on. Didn't expect that kind of stuff.
No, no. You heard it here first.
But
good thing we paid the sponsors.
exactly. Oh man, amazing, man, amazing. So much. Wow, I almost forgot to take notes of all the stuff you just shared, man. So I'll just have to wait and see it slowly filling up the feed as time goes by, and yeah, maybe also in the future keep us informed about more of these kind of activations you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
Quite curious. So when you're talking about what role does like the NFT part and the digital ownership of it play? Does it play a role at all in these future endeavors of yours?
So you said it again?
Like NFTs and digital ownership and the physical, and so the things you just mentioned, like with the Run DMC and other stuff that you're working on, will that play a role at all, or that's something you're gonna purely explore in real life and Web2 kind of sense? What they
So the Run DMC stuff is NFTs. It's artworks that I'm creating for them under one regard. The other one is for Daryl's birthday, which I'll be creating stuff for that, but I can't share too much just yet.
so you're single-handedly onboarding Run DMC on Web3?
No. So they're around. Daryl and them, or mainly Daryl, is already putting his foot into the Web3 space on Solana. As far as I'm aware, I'm probably like the fourth to collaborate with them on this. But I will again, as far as I know, I'm the only one doing something for his birthday because he loved the artworks I created so much that he really wanted something specific from me, which is fucking insane because it's Run DMC, right?
Yeah, but it's also because Run DMC itself, you mentioned Daryl, I think he also has an affinity like towards anime.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the where the root is, and it resonates with him in that sense. Because you really got a mix of different styles embedded into your artwork.
Yeah.
So it gives that new, but still that 80s and 90s vibe, which is very quite nostalgic and desirable to see and to hold and own, especially if it's for your birthday. So I get them completely.
Well, if you ever want to bring Run DMC on the show and expand on that, we're more than welcome to have you up again.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you would be keen. Because I mean, obviously, the synergy is that Run DMC was being backed by adidas since like the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So they're 100% probably kind of vibe with that whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because back in when I was still having hair on my head, so back then, like Run DMC, even supporting that kind of music and associated with a big brand, it was very groundbreaking. Like if we go back to our other friend Nike. They weren't really vibing, let's say, with that kind of music and putting the shoes on it and saying, like, associating it with that. It was almost like a brand suicide. So Adidas really went there and took a leap of not only faith, but also like they really believed what Run DMC and the direction of the culture that was going towards. And it, I won't say like they like sparked a whole generation with just that song, which is insane. And it's just love seeing that dripping and trickling down towards the next generation. And who knows, we might even bring it back.
Yeah, it'd be cool. yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully
man.
we do some more stuff with Run, but yeah, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, and I'm trying to also like if I bring it back to like the whole also like community and like the roles of like I would even like if I shifted the conversation a bit more towards like the whole community building and the role of like NFTs. What's your like because you're having these dual roles, which is you're an artist, so you're looking towards the space with a different lens than an average community member, or let's say some people that would see themselves as an investor. What do you see? What kind of role do you see like NFT has in like let's say community building in general? Like again, this is more like a personal question that you have a different lens as an artist, so that's more interesting than asking let's say an average degen in the space or a bald guy in the radio station.
So I mean, I think we had this debate so many times on the off Discord
Yeah.
to the point where Mr. Screenshots comes along. So, I mean, for me, NFTs are a means of true digital ownership of items, whether it be artwork, game assets, personas, and the like. And I personally don't fuss too much about the value fluctuations. If it's worth $1, $10,000, it's what resonates with you and what you buy into. So obviously, a lot of people who are flippers and traders and buying on speculation will always fight with me about that because they're in it for the monetary value, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own way of doing things and all that, but for me, if I like something purely based on its aesthetics and what it is and what it means to me, if I paid again $10,000 or $10 for it, that's on me, right? So I'm not going to sit here and complain if the price tanks to zero. I still own it. It's the same thing as buying a physical product. If you bought an iPhone, Apple kind of just dissipates and becomes a worthless company. You still own the iPhone. You still own the assets. There's no point screaming and shouting at the other person, right? So that's my stance on it. I just feel that NFTs have the ability to kind of transcend spaces like gaming, where if you had bought, for example, like a Fortnite skin in a game, and Fortnite eventually folds, the whole servers go down, you lose its assets because they're only tied to the database. And if you actually own an NFT and there's multiple integrations of a project, so let's just use Chronex, for example, because they already have the PFPs out in 3D and have the 3D objects that you can use. Those assets can be used by anyone at any means, by any times. You own the asset, you own the 3D model. You can do what you want with it. You can create your own stuff, add it to a game. Get the game like Nifty Island enables you to integrate assets inside their suite. You know, there's multiple use cases for these things versus just being some skin you bought in a game that's on a database. So to me, like those things matter more than speculation on price points and so forth and those things. Same thing Alts is doing with their PFPs and different Alt egos, giving different perks and different benefits and abilities with like real world utility and perks and so forth, as well as digital. So like this is a whole new paradigm of things and evolution of consumers buying assets. The fact that like the next generations are more and more digital inclined, who are more going to be likely tapping into metaverse digital realities, VR, AR. Like these digital items are going to be a thing because people want to rock their custom Monkeemoto modulated NMDs both in digital and physical, right? Sometimes I want to just have it, I have a digital item, that's cool, or I just have the physical item, that's cool. But be able to like literally embody your digital avatar in the real world is fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
awesome, brilliant.
I'm a firm believer that you know, there's certainly going to be a time where, you know, when we're buying physical goods, you know, we're going to get that digital replica, and it just becomes the norm, you know. And then also when you talk about you know, the role within community. I think it's really interesting how in some cases we see some folks, and I get it, they come in and, when up, right, or focus primarily on price. But I think one of the things that I find a lot of interest and excitement in IP creation is, once something launches, you don't need to necessarily, wait on founders in order to build. And I think you're a great example of that. I pinned the post that shows the shoes, and this, like you said, you came in vibing with community and creating some content, and community vibed with it, and now here you are. You have this digital and this physical representation, and getting stopped in the streets. I mean, I think that the picture it speaks volumes, right? And so I think when you have folks like you that come in and show that that you can lead by example. It's not necessarily about just founders or just company that that can deliver, right? But it's the holders of the NFTs that can expand as well. And I think as we see that come to fruition with more and more builders, I can't, goes from there, right?
Exactly, and having these avatars, these little entities inside a community, you still have individuality inside a community of people that you resonate with, right? So you might be part of the collective, aka like all the clones all look the same, different traits and abilities and so forth, but that little entity that you own, that is like your individuality inside that ecosystem. And you can use that to your advantage to kind of create your own persona and become your own, like, you would like to be in the digital realm, right? And that's powerful to me. The ability to be able to do that with a simple image is just an amazing thing from our side.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up a few more of these photos of these shoes, just so that everyone can get a peek at them. And then, we have the third one that I posted is the digital representation of the physical, and then you have these green ones as well. I mean, just when Mike was talking, the green the green zombie was talking about. Being excited when you're a kid in order you had the glowing shoes that you're running around in, as an older version of myself, this is certainly far more appealing to me to run and wear these versus, the little light ups. And again, I mean, choosing the NMD, which is a super light shoe, I think it, perfect balance, right? As they say, all things should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So we do have maybe a little bit more time if anybody has any questions for Monkey or either Fernando or myself. Certainly want to open it up to the stage. This radio broadcast is available on YouTube, as well as Spotify. We'll get that loaded up shortly. As it says, we are on episode 3, and it's been fun cooking with Fernando. When I interrupted the transmission, I was inquiring. I was inquisitive. I wanted to learn more, and in these 3 short episodes, we've already learned so much. And we even have our first little alpha spill, which absolutely incredible. So,
yeah.
Thank you for being part of it, Monkey. And I know Mike had to drop early, so we're certainly happy to have everyone here today.
No, of course. The alpha drop, let's keep it hush for now, until I post more about it. But yeah, I thought it was shown, yeah.
You got it.
Don't worry, we don't tell anybody. Everybody that's in the spaces today, we're not going to tell anybody. Although it's recorded and streamed.
Yeah. Outside of that, our mouths are sealed shut. You can count on us.
Yes. Oh man. Oh dear Lord. So yeah, any alpha, every alpha is safe here.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I think before we say goodbye to our listeners and thanks again for our speakers coming and joining us in again, I think we're gonna leave them again with a appreciation token again. I'll leave the closing words to you, Blinko, and spill the beans, as they say.
Yeah. So you'll want to load up your POAP app and hit Mint, and when you after that there will be an option to choose a secret word. And if you recognize, we've had some creators on here today, and so they've brushed up quite a bit of fun and exciting creative content. So with that, brush in all caps is your secret word. So make sure you go ahead and collect that proof of attendance to show that you're here. There's been some experiences last week where we revealed the winner of the AVG, which was the Adidas virtual gear. So make sure that you collect that POAP and see what's around the next corner.
You have to be fast though. It's going to be opening up in 2 minutes and will be open for only 15 minutes. So just make sure you claim it in time, because we don't have any possibilities to send out mints afterwards. Yeah, man. All right, it's been a wonderful session. We have it was so much fun. I almost don't want to close the spaces, but yeah, we have to be strict about these things, and people have to also do other stuff on their Sunday and enjoy the rest of their day. I hope so, at least. And touch grass, mow it. Yeah, touch moon.
Touch moon. I mean, we are approaching the bull season here soon, right? I think that's what everyone keeps saying. Number go up, bull go up, touch moon.
Well, we never know. I mean, it's contradicting. Like 1 hour you reading is gonna be mooning, is another super cycle. Another moment you log in, afternoon you're like, we're gonna crash. Everybody's going to zero. So who knows?
Well,
what's gonna be definitely sure, it's just touch grass and enjoy.
Touch grass, hodl.
That's it.
Yep, there you go.
That's
there
it.
You go.
That's it. I think Aris just joined us in as well. I mean, we're just closing the spaces. I think there might have been some misunderstanding with the time, but you can still claim the POAP, Aris. We just shared it with the rest as well. You just open up the POAP app and put in the secret word. What was it again, Blinko?
Brush. The secret word was brush.
Brush is a secret word, and it's all in capital, right?
Touche.
All right then. Sorry. Well, we're going to be here again, I think, in 2 weeks' time again. Same time.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Same time, same channel.
Same time, same channels, and with some new interesting guests. It's been a wonderful session this time, and it's been fun. And like I said, I don't even want to go, but we have to go. Probably people have plans as well, I guess. Monkeemoto got 2 shoes. I don't know how many shoes. I mean, we got a lot of community members, mate. You start making them. We got about.
I need pants, bro. I need pants. I'm getting heckled left and right.
The funny thing is, I'm actually making a shirt for the event also with the modulated LEDs. So yeah.
See, we squeezed another alpha before we leaving.
We're getting good at this. We said no alpha. We said it was vibes and vibes only. Next thing you know, we're dropping alpha. No alpha next episode. Only vibes. You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, love it. Okay, thanks again everybody for joining in. The guests, listeners, enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next time around.
Be well.
Thanks again.
Cheers, everyone.
Be well, everybody.
Thanks so much.
Take care.